So morning again. I've come down here first of all to water, because the next week is going to be a bit like today. Some sunshine, some cloud, but no real rain. And the soil already looks quite dry, so it's a case of, I haven't had to do it in a few weeks, but, well, quite a few weeks because of all the rain we've had. And it's time to water a bit again. I think I'm gonna prune back the flower area around the pond. Might dig up some more, I say dig up, tip up some more potatoes, ones which are in the pots, and maybe sow some carrots, some autumn king or early nance or something like that in their place, and see how I go. I just noticed this on the plum tree. My tree has actually produced a few plums. Okay, that's a shame. It came off. It's a little bit firm. It tastes alright, but it's not quite ripe enough. Oh well. Have you got any plums? Some of them look like there's a bit of gooey stuff coming out of them. I think that's where an insect's kind of made a hole in it, but we'll see. So yeah, could have done with being on the tree just a little bit longer, just a few more days, just to sweeten up. Used to be a broccoli bed, and I think there was a bit, maybe one, possibly two parsnips in there, but the soil is incredibly compacted. So although I'm mostly no dig, occasionally the soil does need it, because I don't have access to lots of compost. So I'm going to give this bed a dig over, or most of the bed a dig over. And then I might put a bit of half-rotted bark chippings on top, and then that should, you know, make it a fallow bed, one spare, because I don't have anything growing yet to, you know, plant in it, like winter brassicas. I don't have that. This is the bed dug over. I put out that parsnip, but it is a bit kind of gnawed on one side. So I'll level it off. I'll probably use my Wolf garden tiller to break the soil up. Then I might put some cardboard over it, and I may put a bit of bark chippings on top. I just want to protect the soil, but still allow the worms to do their stuff. So this is the soil here after they've been going like this with the tiller. It looks a bit more crumbly compared to this. So what you do with the tiller is there's a blade there, and you just roll it back and forth, and it gradually breaks up all the big bits of soil into a smaller tilth. Now it's not, you know, perfect, but it does quite a good job of it. And if you look at that now, that there is a lot nicer than that. Sorry, worm. So I'm going to do that to the rest of the bed. before I dig out some cardboard if I've got some in the shed. So that's the whole bed tilled. Now to find the cardboard. The bed is now covered in cardboard. It's overlapped a bit. And now I will put some bark chippings on to weight it down. I'd rather not put black plastic on at this time of the year. So I want the bed to still be able to get some moisture. So that's how I'm covering it. To do this bed, I used 3 40-litre bags. Now, they weren't bark chippings from the shop. They were what was dropped off at the site. And there's only a thin layer on top of the cardboard. But it should protect it enough. Stop the foxes digging holes. And that will protect it up until when it really gets winter time, when I'll then cover it with black plastic. But you can see, yeah, some of the cardboard sticking up a bit, but it's mostly got maybe about that much chippings all over. And that will stop the weeds going nuts. I like using cardboard and bark chippings. It works really well to keep the weeds at bay and keeps the worms happy. The side is starting to get a bit longer again. So I'll see how much my battery can cope with. Probably only one side. I'll probably have to wait till next time for the other path. Well, I got halfway along there. I guess the grass was longer than I thought it would be. Well, better than I think. I guess it'll take me another 3 attempts to finish the right hand side and this side. Well, my hands are mucky and I've got grass all over my trainers. And my hands are tired, so I'm going to go home now. I think that's enough for today. Bye for now. So earlier this year, I thought it was a good idea to grow potatoes at the end of the greenhouse. Well, I've moved them, but that's where I put them. Forgetting just how much this grapevine grows. So they didn't have great light, and then the foxes happened. So I've pulled these out, just died back, but look, they dug in there, they dug in there, in there, in there, and there, and slightly in there. Oh, and not forgetting over here. So that wasn't great. So I have no real idea which of these was the Erica's potatoes. Well, this one's definitely Maris Piper, and it hasn't been dug at, so let's see if there's anything in there. So from this pot, just those. So pretty pathetic. So not the best result from the experiment. But I don't expect any of these to have many in, because they didn't have the light and I didn't bother watering them. So after these 3 tubs, that's all I've got. So I'm stopping for now. I'll do those tubs tomorrow. Just typical. I come down the plot and it rains. But it's not just a little bit. Hence I'm under the umbrella. Hopefully it'll pass in a few minutes. I can use this time to work out what I want to do today, and then I can get on with it. Not helpful. Well, because all the tomatoes in there have blight, and it's not just on a bit of stem, it's all through tomatoes and showing on the fruit. It's time to rip out all the tomatoes in there, and that way I will have the space to get on with the rest of the construction. I tried my best to grow tomatoes this year, to make use of that space, but nature was against me. So yeah, it's all through all the fruit, some of the fruit down there, on the stems here. I can see it's in the fruit in that one in the corner. I can see it's in the fruit on this one here. So yeah, bye-bye tomatoes. Well, that's all the tomato plants out. There's still basil that's going to seed, and there's a few pepper plants which I'll leave in, but that's it. Now to pull out the tomatoes from this bed as well. It's not been a good year for tomatoes. So apart from where the sunflowers and the sturgeons are, that's that bed cleared and covered, and the bed behind is cleared and covered, not in black plastic but cardboard and bark chippers. So 2 beds put to bed. I'm gonna go home now. I think that's enough for today. Bye for now.